Do you ever feel like you keep starting over? You get motivated, you lock in for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, but you always fall straight back into your old habits and end up back where you started. This was me my entire early 20s, but last year I did lock in and I lost 26 kilograms. However, I fell off again at the end of the year and I put some of the weight back on. So to start the year, I gave myself 30 days of discipline with strict rules to reset my habits and get myself back on track in 2026. In this video, I'll break down exactly what I did, where it got hard, how it helped me, and how anyone can use this method to help reset their habits, and so you can get yourself back on track with your goals, no matter what point you are at in your journey. Now that this challenge is over, something has clicked for me that has made me so confident that I'm going to be able to achieve my goals this year. Not just physically, but mentally. Now last year I proved to myself that I could lose weight, but also that I fall straight back into old habits. Instead of a crash diet or watching motivational videos to get myself in the gym,
who's gonna carry the boats and the logs?
I focused on building consistency through discipline. My goals are to lose fat, retain muscle, and build up my discipline. So I set myself some basic rules that will help me move towards those goals. These are the basic rules, and I'm calling this level 1. There are 2 more levels if you think these rules are too easy for you and you want to push yourself even harder. The first rule is 1 hour of exercise daily. Ideally, most days this will be weightlifting, but it can also be cardio, or if you feel like you need a day off, you need a rest day, there's no excuses. You still can get an hour of walking in. You got to keep moving, stay active. The next rule is setting yourself a calorie target. As my goal is to lose weight, my calorie target was to be in a minimum calorie deficit of 500 calories. If your goal is to put on weight, you can set yourself a target of a 500 calorie surplus. To work out how many calories you need to eat, you just need to go on Google, look up TDEE calculator. That will give you your maintenance calories, and then just take away 500 calories from that. Then you need to track your food, everything you're eating, you're putting into your body. A good way of tracking this is also to use a fitness watch. I use an Apple Watch. That tells you how many calories you've burnt in a day. So if you subtract that number from the number of calories you've recorded in MyFitnessPal, you then know what deficit you're in. As you can see, I got quite meticulous with this and I literally track everything. You don't need to do this, you just need to make sure you're sticking to your target. Next target is 150 grams of protein minimum. As I said, I want to retain muscle, so I need to make sure that I am sticking to a high protein diet. If you want to work out what your protein target should be, just take your weight in pounds and times it by 0.8, and that is the minimum amount of protein you need every day to make sure you retain or build muscle. And if you go higher than that, then that's just a bonus. The next 3 rules are to stretch, read, and meditate every single day. These are good habits that you want to implement in your life, and they will help you build that discipline if you stick to them every single day. It doesn't matter how much you can read as much or as little as you want, just make sure you're sticking to the habit. And it's the same with meditating. I use the app Medito, it's free, it's really good, and it'll put you through some guided meditation. Then there's no cheat days, not a single day off. You've got to stick to these rules, and also no alcohol. Alcohol's only going to slow down your progress and push you away from your goals. If those rules sound too basic to you, you do a lot of that already in your life, there are 2 more levels that I'm going to speak about later on in the video, so stick around to watch that. I thought the main thing about this challenge would be the physical weight loss that I'd go through, burning off some of that Christmas fat that I've put on. And unsurprisingly, I did lose weight, but what did surprise me was how quiet my mind got. I had the set rules that I had to stick to. There was no decision fatigue, there was no bargaining with myself saying, oh, I'll do this one tomorrow. I just have to do every single one of these rules every single day. There was no more lying to myself, and I was sticking to the promises that I was making. The challenge started great. I was highly motivated. I was excited to get back in the gym and get back on track. But by day 10, it started to get hard. The cravings for those bad foods I was enjoying over Christmas were hitting me. The routine was less exciting. And on some nights, I wanted to skip the easier things like the stretching and the meditating. I just wanted to sack it off because that wasn't my main goal. But I wanted to build my discipline, so I stuck to the rules and I kept doing it anyway, even when I didn't feel like it. Now, discipline didn't feel epic or anything like that. It just felt quiet. There were no dopamine hits. I was just shifting my identity from someone who doesn't stick to their goals to someone who does. Now, if you really want to push yourself, there are more rules on these next 2 levels that I'm going to go through. For level 2, which is the intermediate level, you're going to still be doing your 1 hour of exercise daily. You're going to be sticking to your calorie and protein targets that you set, but this time you have to meditate for 10 minutes minimum every day. You have to stretch for 10 minutes minimum every day, and you have to read 10 pages of a book every day. There's still no cheat days and no alcohol, and you also have to make sure that you get 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. Sleep is just so important for your recovery, and I think it is something that should maybe be included on the basic plan as well. And then level 3, again, 1 hour of exercise, stick to your calorie and protein target. This time it's meditating and stretching for 20 minutes each day, 20 pages minimum, 10k steps, no alcohol, and again, 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and of course, no cheat days. I promise if you stick to these rules, even just the basic ones for 30 days, you will see significant progress in not just your body, but also your mindset. And if you really want to push yourself, then you can do these intermediate and advanced levels. Also, if you're finding this useful, then hit the like button. This will help the video find the people who need it. So for me, doing the basic plan for 30 days, I didn't lose nothing crazy like 15 kilograms in a month, but I did lose 4 kilograms. This is 1 kilogram a week, which is a very sustainable rate of weight loss and something that I know I can continue on for the next few months. Over the 30 days, I ended up doing a total of 47.5 hours of exercise, and despite a few setbacks like a knee injury and catching a cold, I didn't miss a single day of training. 6.5 of those hours were just stretching, showing how doing even little bits each day can add up over time. And I meditated for 175 minutes in total, and I definitely plan on increasing the amount of meditating that I do daily over the next year to feel the benefits of meditation more. And then to keep myself accountable, I recorded something every single day and uploaded it as a YouTube short. Once it was public, quitting wasn't an option, and if you want to see how it actually looks day by day, each day is on my channel, so go check them out. But what am I going to be doing now that the challenge is over, and what can you do once you've completed the 30 days? You're going to stick to the same rules. The only difference is you're going to allow 4 flexible cheat days. On these cheat days, the rules don't apply. This will help with long-term sustainability of sticking to your goals, and it'll just stop you going crazy. Now, discipline didn't change my life in 30 days, but it reminded me that I can trust myself again. If this video helped you, I'd appreciate you subscribing. I'm documenting this journey properly, not just the wins, but also the hard parts. Like the video if it was useful, and comment what your goals are for the year and if you've been sticking to them so far.